Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Player Spotlight Scrap Edition. I am so excited to get this episode done. You guys already know, unless you've been living under a rock, LAT did win Major 3, which was honestly, I said they'd be in the finals, but I didn't expect them to win Major 3. I thought Optic would, but they looked fantastic throughout. They went to losers round 1 and ended up taking the entire tournament from losers round 1. And only a few teams in history have done that. And NYSL in 2023 was one of them. Who did that again? Man like Paco, Hydra, he did that again. So what we're doing here, Player Spotlight Scrap, we're going to try and take as much as we can from LAT from an overall chessboard fundamental perspective. Let's see how they approach situations. And what we're then going to do is look at how Scrap approaches from a gunfight perspective. We're going to try and steal things that you guys can apply in ranked, how he plays his positions, what he's thinking, how he's doing it, anticipating, stuff like that. As much as we can, we're trying to look for the good that we can replicate. You guys already know, regulars in my stream, I'm a big fan of Scrap. We tried to sign him after he was on Toronto Ultra. In Vanguard going into Modern Warfare 2, he is one of these players that have an insane amount of confidence in his own ability. He's very composed, he's very assured in the way he plays. And for you guys who are watching, this isn't arrogance, this is self-confidence and having a very stable self-image. You cannot outperform your self-image. If you cannot see yourself on that stage, if you cannot see yourself lifting the trophy, no matter what anyone is saying on social media, what your family might say, what your friends or your peers putting you down might say, if you can't see yourself doing it, you are never going to outperform your self-image. It's not a thing. There is a saying, you become a champion before you lift the trophy. The science behind this is if you have an incredibly high self-image and you believe in your talent, you believe in your purpose, then the behaviors eventually start to align. And then this is a crazy science behind this. When you think and you know and you believe deep down and you have the actions to prove that you can do it, all of your behaviors day to day, they will end up getting you there. You become a champion before you're a champion. Long story short, one of my most favorite sort of attributes of Scrap is not even anything to do with him in game. And I know he could be a very sort of divisive figure. Some people like him, some people may not like him as much. I think it's incredible. I think the confidence that he has is what I would advise every single person and every single player watching to have that in anything that you do, no matter what it is. So let's get into this. We're going to be watching Scrap's Arrow, and we are going to be studying his entire team, how they approach situations, and how he then plays as an AR. You will also see him. We'll see if there are a lot of situations on this map, whether he pulls out an SMG or not, and how that relates to the game plan that he has. So right here, we're on our break off. Let's see what LAT and Scrap himself ends up doing. A big part of you guys is your macro, your chessboard, your job will also determine your micro. Based on what your job is, you can position yourself, give yourself advantage, first bullet advantage, health management, all of these different things in order to do your job and get your kill successfully. So let's see how he does it here. 7-0, 4-0. So if you want to watch Sake, you want to get good at Sake, I would recommend watching LAT. Learn as much as you can from these guys. Oh! All right. He's ripped him here. Look at this. He's mid-sprint. Saying that, though, he gets team shot from Neum, Scrap. They're both team shooting. They're in positions where they're taking the same fights. This is fantastic. Guys, your numbers will tell you what to do. Numbers, what to do. They're in a 3v2 situation. You need to preemptively trade. You need to predict the trade. It's not good enough for you guys watching to trade after the fact. You need to be able to put yourself in tradable positions when you have numbers. Keep it stupid simple. Don't need to overcomplicate it. These guys, these two are in positions where they can fight together towards the objective. And even if we don't know where number one is, one of these players can become the sacrificial lamb. The others will turn around and then play to trade. Predict trade. Predictive trade is what you want. Look at them turning round. Now he ends up spawning out. In his head, he knows instantly, okay, I know which side of the map they're going to be in. His positioning will tell you exactly where they're spawning. When he knows where they're spawning, he knows the timings that people could take. He knows the order in which players are spawning. Scrap is then going to choose the next best position with the weapon he has in order to get the next kill of the next wave. And he's going to use pattern recognition. He's going to have a game plan. He's going to have a script to do the same thing over and over and over. Now, in this situation, 43 seconds left. Their win condition is to soak, which means you can let the game come to you. You need to set up. Everyone has a responsibility in the lanes that they're watching. Once you get specific information, then you'll start to see players start to shift across. So look at how they're doing it. He has a lane. He has a lane. He has a lane. He will refill where necessary to help wherever the pressure's coming from. And we'll see how they play it here. He's the furthest pushed out, so I expect him to bump out here, as he does perfectly. And look at the way he's doing it. Look at the way he's clearing. He's choosing the next best position to clear his timings. He understands the time it takes for an enemy to take a certain route based on their respawn timer, which is automatic, which is game sense, which is intuition. He then knows what position he's going to play. He knows the game plan, what they're going to do. He's the furthest pushed out. He's letting the game come to him. He will refill where necessary to shift either side and maybe bump A out based on where the pressure is. Number 7, 6, and 8 know we're looking for 1. He's bumped out. He's trusting his teammates to take a 3 versus 1 on the guy we're missing. We're missing him because we haven't seen him the entire time of the previous wave. So he's trusting his teammates. He's pushing out. He's trying to get as many kills as he can for the next wave in order to make it harder for the enemies to break while everyone else is looking for the last guy or holding lanes to let the game come to them. So win condition is to soak. Good game plans, corner. We're still looking for 1. We know he's in this general idea. 6 is going to clear him. Now we know exactly where he is. Let's see what Scrap is doing. Scrap pushes out. Pushes out. We know they flipped. He pushes out to the next best position to get the next kill of the next wave. Now we know where 1 is. We know where 2 is. We don't know where he is. And we don't know where he is. We know at least where 2 people were. Now as we get kills, now we know where he is. We know where he is. We do not know where he is. 30 seconds left. They can still play to soak. As they have numbers, they are going to put themselves in positions where they can at least preemptively trade or take the same fights where it makes sense. Right here, does a good job running. He runs him down. Oh my god. He knows he's just seen him shot. He's heard him shot. You hear him shoot. You've heard the AR. You know it's an AR player. He is just running it down with no respect. Banging it down. A-pin 8 does a really good job helping to team shoot. They're playing to steal each other's kills. Really good job. Now that they've cleared this side of the map, now that we know we have information on Kips, we then know everyone's going to be on this side of the map. He's the 3rd guy in this conveyor belt. So let's see what lane he ends up refilling with the weapon that he has. Macro determines your micro. What's his job in the moment as the 3rd guy? What does he need to pick up? And what's the best position he needs to pick up based on the information he has in the moment? 30 seconds left. Let's see what he does here. Spawns on top of a teammate, which means, hey, they've got no map progression. We're good. Ends up rotating across, shifting across. He's instantly shifting in this conveyor belt system to where the pressure is going to be. Guys, the whole point of flow is it helps you get specific information as you're progressing up the map, getting and being responsible for specific lanes. It allows you to get this information and trade effectively. By being in positions that are close enough to trade, you're predicting the trades ahead and you're hoping to be in the right position, close enough to go 1 for 1. If you have the advantage, you always want to be in positions where you can trade. So look at him refilling instantly when number 8 dies to at least try and trade this guy or wherever the pressure is coming from. Obviously, Kips has killed him, but you get the idea. Oh, well, the kill feed's messed up. He's killed him. He's ironing, playing a head glitch. Re-challenge at the same time with number 6. Nothing flashy. Keep it simple at the highest level. Beautiful stuff there. Ends up getting the hill as the third guy. Maybe he gets bumped out here. We'll see. Right, his responsibility. He shifted towards the hill. We're playing a wave. We're trying to read where the wave is coming from, where the pressure is coming from. Everyone has a responsibility on the lane. We know one person is here because he's just killed number 8. We don't know where he is. We know he's here, and we don't know where he is. So from a Koi perspective, they could take multiple different routes. Your job during the first wave is to read where the pressure is coming from. Make sure in your flow you all have a lane to get specific information. Once you get that specific information, then you shift and rotate across to help each other. One of the biggest problems that I see players in ranked make is when they're setting up for the hill, they will overly shift before they get the information. It is good to predict. It is good to anticipate. It is good to guess where the push is going to be. But your guesses may never be 100% right. When it's not 100% right, then things can get messy. You can have people going through the gaps. You're early shifting. Now, once you get specific information, COD is a game of numbers. That's why information is king. You have generic info and specific info. If you know exactly where people are, then you can decide who's going where instantly from a flow perspective, from a conveyor belt perspective. Then you can stick to your game plans. When you get specific information, then you decide who's going where without overshifting. Without specific information, if you overshift and you read wrong, well, you've lost the hill. Yes, you can have a general guess of where pressure is going to come from first wave. You might be like, all right, first wave of a P2, we know they're going to be hitting towards the back for spawns. All right, but how many? And where? And how? Right? That's how you then don't overshift and then create gaps in your setup. Pushes out, gets that 1 kill. Now, he gets this 1 kill. He is going to be saying he doesn't see anything else. What you do not see gives you assumptions of where they could be. Maybe Scrap could say, hey, I don't know anything is front. If I don't know anything is front, then they're going round the back or they're going round middle. Then you can start to shift based on that. What you do not see is equally as important as what you do see right here. There you go. We're going to shift around. We should shift around. He's watching it. He's watching side. Oh, he spawns out in Africa. So he's going to say, right, guys, they are both sides. Koi with a good 3-1. And based on wherever the kills are, they'll help either side. So look at number 5, instantly helping A after they've made the kills where the pressure's coming from. Ends up dying to the guy front, but they trade. Now we know, we're counting the numbers. Where are they going to be at 36 seconds left? It's our win condition. We can ape this last guy, spawn in, turn around, think ahead, refill, next best position. Easy as that. Spawns out, both sides. So then right here, they've got to pick a side. Quick one. Just stay with me for 60 seconds. I'm going to tell you something about your own aim that is going to change the way that you shoot forever. Your aim is bad. I'm not trying to insult you. It is the truth. It's not your settings. It's not your controllers. It's not your internet. It's not your dead zone. You've changed your sensitivity about 50 times in the past 5 years. It's never going to fix it because the problem is not in your hands. It's in your eyes. When you say you need to train your aim, what are you actually training? Because most players, for you guys that are watching, you've never really thought about it. You load in, bot lobby, you just shoot. Aiming is not one skill. It is 4 completely different skills. Flicking, tracking, micro correction, target switching. Each one uses a different part of your brain. Each one needs a specific drill. Each one needs to be trained properly. What you are doing is the equivalent of going to the gym and you're just lifting random things. My pro players, my CDL champions have trained the same way as athletes that train their sport. One skill, one drill, one sequence at a time. That's why their aim is consistent and yours isn't. They're not more talented than you. They're more structured than you. So I give you that structure. 4 skills in the right order, the right amount. This is the whole point of my aim and moving masterclass for you to download. Inside, you'll get an aiming and movement video, a neuroscience of aiming guide, 30-day training calendar, champions daily practice planner, optimal CDL settings cheat sheet, and a before and after self-assessment. You download it once, lifetime access. Do this 20 minutes a day for 30 days. I will guarantee your aim will improve. Not just your aim, but how you aim and how you look at aiming. Check out DREAL.co.uk or check out the link in the description if you want it. Right, back to the video. 5. Really good job. So right here, guys, there's a big reason why number 5 has decided to refill through front rather than going all the way around the back. It's because he recognizes the pressure is going to be towards the back. He spawned out here, which tells you someone is front and they have the back. When you are in a parallel situation like this and your teammates have the hill, you want to choose the quickest lane possible with the least amount of pressure to get involved in the fight. You want to take the fewest gunfights you can to kill so the rest of your teammates can focus one way. This is beautiful stuff. This is a mistake I see a lot of teams make, is they'll try and do this. Whereas if they have most of their players towards the back and you know they've spawned towards the back because you don't have anyone blocking it and you've spawned out, obviously, so you know there's going to be numbers towards the back. If you take a route towards the back, they're more likely with their numbers to pick up the lane that you're most likely going to be coming from. So then if you're not fast enough, and you're not going to be fast enough because it takes forever to get around the back, well, someone's going to pick it up and, well, you're screwed, right? You're going to die and you're spawning out anyway. But right here, he's taking the quickest route towards the action with the least amount of pressure in his head. And he's taking the quickest route to get towards a teammate. Because then if you kill him and you get towards a teammate, what do? You play from the hill. You can still control the point. You can still soak the time from the hill. You're just in positions where you can team shoot and trade. This is a really, really good heads-up decision-making from Scrap here. Ends up snapping onto him, and now he's refilling towards time. Now we're looking for one. We just need to get towards each other. He ends up dying. He's the sacrificial lamb for Paco to then get a freebie here. A guarantee here. Perfect. Well, he should get the kill, I hope. He gets the kill. Same again. Now we can play from the front. 16 seconds. What's our win condition? We either play scrap or we rotate. So right here, first guy in rotation picks up the furthest, most difficult route for you to hold based on the spawn that you have in order for you to secure rotation and get information. Why? You layer. Why? Whatever you don't see will tell you where there could be. Very, very important thing for you guys watching. So let's see what Ernie does here. Rotates across. Should pick up this. Yep, gets across, gets across, gets across. Still playing time. I'm pretty sure he does. And he's shifting across. Being careful with what he does. Picking up the furthest lane. Always, as the first guy on rotation, your job is to pick up the furthest lane. When you pick up the furthest lane, whatever you don't see, you tell your enemies where they could be, and whatever you do see, your enemies can come and help you. This is how you then buy time. He's in a power position with the weapon he has. Look at the position he's chosen. Decided to play towards the back, watching the right. He's in a power spot here. And then does a very good job bouncing between power spots in order for him, as he's clearing, choose the next best position to help you get a kill. That way, your teammates can come into the play and you give yourself the highest percentage chance of winning that fight. Perfect. Very good. He spawns there. That tells you, right, there's progression here. He's looking for one more. Look at the way he's taking the fight. Look at how he's... This is beautiful stuff. Look at his crosshair placement here. Using that power position to his advantage. A bit of distance between him and the heady. He can see everything. And he's in a position where he can buy time. Really, really good plays from Scrap. Now we're looking for 2. Based on where the information is. This is one of the biggest problems I watch with you guys. You guys are so static. You guys will get the kill here. And I see this with every rank. Crim, Eerie, Diamond, Plat. And you'll sit. One of the differences between pros and you is he's proactive. COD is a game of numbers. Right? Once he doesn't see anything, he gets that kill. We got 2 kills. We're in a 4 versus 2. All you do is you disregard any rules you have. You can disregard most of your game plans. Once you understand where the pressure is, once you get specific information of where the other 2 people are, what do you need to do? The most important fundamental of COD, predict the trade and trade. Oh, I'm going to look for information. We're going to go 1 for 1 to win the wave and then push out, spawn him deep. And look at what he does here. He has an M15. Your weapon doesn't matter at this point. Just go do it. So look at this. Banging out, jumping. He's trying to use his movement to get to him. Now, when you clear the wave, you have the timings. This is step 2. This is where the game plans and the patterns come into it. You should know exactly. You put 10,000 hours into this game. You should know. I know they spawn in here. I have a general idea of timings. I know the quickest route, second quickest route they could potentially take. This is internalized. This is game sense. You choose the next best position with the weapon you have. Look at this. Look at the position he's playing here. He is trying to get pre-aim advantage, first bullet advantage on that game plan he has in his head. Beautiful stuff here. 2 down. We're looking for 2 more. He can play aggressive if he wants to, bumping his teammates out to get space. This is excellent stuff right here. 35 seconds, you just soak. He needs to discipline. You guys don't have discipline. You need to learn when to be fast and when to be disciplined. Simple as that, especially as an AR player. Look at the discipline he had to hold that lane until they got more information. And this is how you promote teamwork. When you guys have discipline in a setup, when you guys have discipline in the angles you're holding, and you're not constantly tweaking around, going 100%, checking every single different angle every 4-5 seconds. One of the biggest problems I have with you guys, especially you Iri players, especially you Crim players, is you guys want to be too cracked. You guys want to be creating clips like you're on TikTok. That's not how COD is played. You have a lane. You stick watching it until your timings, until your internal game sense says otherwise, or you get specific information. That's how you work as part of a team. You guys will play a position and crack aim 100 different lanes over and over and over again. What happens is you then give yourself bad timings purposefully. You then ruin the power position you are in, that you then mitigate the advantages you have of the power position you're in. You lose your first bullet, you lose your pre-aim advantage because you're so cracked. And then you're not being proactive with your thinking. Just understand what your job is, stay disciplined, have patience, understand when you're set up to let the game come to you, and let the game work for you. When you get information, then you can decide and move and pick up a different lane. But have confidence in the one lane that you have until otherwise. Now look at him. He's then taking fights. 4 down, 20 seconds. We can flip when needed. And we recognize the flip. Very, very good job here. Abiz is calling out all 4. And look at Scrap with the weapon he has, playing a tight angle. When you don't have the weapon in the position that you want to play a creddy, you want to play a tight angle because it allows you to get the first bullet and increase your chance of winning it. Nice. Good job from Ernie here. Ends up dying, but all good. We get 2. At worst, we'll get parallels, which we do here. Scrap, last guy in the flow. What's your win condition first wave? He's the last guy in the flow. He's telling you what I don't see, where they could be, listening off his teammates. Very good. Right, I want to listen in here. This is what the best in the world on Call of Duty see that you don't. You're hard stuck. You're wasting time playing and you're not improving again. Yeah, your aim is a problem, but that is only such a small part of it. Stop paying for advice from content creator coaches and maybe you'll finally improve. You've watched all the tips and tricks videos you can. You've tried the YouTube coaches. You're still stuck. Let a world champion coach explain to you why. In 60 seconds, I'm going to teach you exactly how my pro players would make quick and efficient and quick decisions. And a big part of playing with the best isn't your aim and movement. It is your decision making. This one decision making move is going to separate you from someone who's hard stuck platinum for 3 seasons. Now, let me explain to you guys watching the one framework that pro players use in order to make decisions. This framework is what me and my pro players would use in order to make quick, efficient decisions and introduce a concept called scripting that you guys do not have. So I'm going to introduce you to what we call the decision making tree. This is how pro players make decisions. It starts off with awareness. Your awareness is your input. You can get a variety of different information from different what we call channels. We need to make sure we have the right pieces of information and the most complete picture in order to make a decision. Once we have our input, we will then evaluate this. Your evaluation is considered your macro. This is what is considered a good, a bad, or proactive decision, and what is your job in the moment in order to give your team or yourself the best chance of winning. Once you know what your job is, we then do what's called decision. Your decision is your micro. This is how do you take the fight. Your first bullet advantage, your health management, different types of slide cancels, your percentages in the fight, what angles you want to use, anything that can allow you to actually win and see in front of you the one-on-one fight. Once you've decided what you want to do, you communicate this, and there's a method for communication, and then you act. This means doing something without hesitation. When you look at this, you will see that there are 5 steps, and it can get quite complicated, but the difference between you and the pro players is this is automated and this is scripted. This is one of the most underexplained skills in Call of Duty, because 2 players could have the same awareness. They could see the same picture, read the same information, but one player will produce a decisive decision and the other player will just do absolutely nothing. That gap is what I'm going to teach you. This is trainable. Each step can be drilled and each step can be automated. Right, that was one concept in 60 seconds. Imagine me and you did this and we broke it down in 4 weeks. I have spent over 10 years at the highest level of Call of Duty. I've coached players like Hydra, Crimsix, Sib, Clayster, Neptune, Skies. I'm a CDL world champion. I've won 15 titles and challenges, and I've also competed at the highest level myself. I've played at the Advanced Warfare Pro League, Infinite Warfare Champs, and World War II Champs, with the top 5 KD and Slayer rating for that event. This July, I am running my first ever bootcamp where you can learn this and more. The exact frameworks that I've installed and helped build and do with CDL champions. You are getting the material that my players have done themselves, taught across 4 weeks. Your decision tree, tee-ups, map control, champions framework, first bullet advantage, health management, all the nerdy stuff to guarantee improvement in your game. This is the same framework that got one player from platinum to top 250 in 16 hours, one from gold to iridescent in 8, and 2 players in the CDL. This will be only for July. 10 spots. Once it's gone, it's gone. Stop wasting time with content creator coaches. Stop wasting time not improving. Train the way the best in the world do it.
They're pinching Dojo. Just stay alive. Stay alive. Catch shot time. Catch shot time. Yeah, Dojo right now. Dojo right now. Outer Dojo. Just do that. Do that. Have a shriek. Have a shriek. You want to streak instead? Nice. Nice, guys. Nice.
You heard him? Win condition. Soak, 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 soak. This is beautiful to hear, because even though these are pro players, when things are getting mixy, when things are getting fast, when there's a lot of pressure, just direct your teammates. Do the thinking for your teammates, just in case people pop off, just in case people get on a hot streak, overheat, whatever term you want to use. Really, really good comms from Ernie here. Take our time, big 20. Again, little things like that. Proactive communication. Tell your teammates what to do. Give them a reminder of what they need to do. This works at every rank, every level, especially when you play with teammates, of course. On you, on you. Look how he doesn't chow. Oh, it's beautiful. Holy shit. Oh my god, this guy's so good. I love little shit like that. Stop being slow. Soak, soak, soak. Soak means don't scam. They're going to be running at the time. I'd love to play with someone like that. I would love to play with someone who makes the game as easy as that. It's insane. Couple things I want to note, regardless of the listening, is some things that I was really impressed by. So look at him. He spawned out, and you're obviously hearing the comms saying, yo, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. Now, he's the second guy in flow. He's trying to get to his teammate here. He obviously knows there's someone in the hill. He knows where they could be, right? Ends up calling out there's someone outer. Gets this guy weak. gets this guy weak, then shifts his focus to this guy. Now, I thought this was really, really good. Now, he got this guy weak, and he's trying to play for the timing here just in case Joe is going to come and challenge him. And I also feel like this is the fact where, because he's got this guy weak, he realizes, okay, maybe he's not going to challenge me because he's one shot here. And you'll realize when you start to play against, when you start to play against players, they have the same decision making. Like if you're one shot, there's only a few options that they have. Right here, he could have got kind of messed up if Kips decided to slide out one shot and chow. But he doesn't. When you get to land, people are a lot more disciplined. People play their lives a lot more. So right here, he knows Kips is one shot, and he's trying to get the guy on Joe just in case Joe ends up fighting him. And he knows Joe is outer. Look what he does. Plays for this guy immediately. Slides towards him. Realizes in that couple of, like that 1 second, realizes he's not being challenged by Kips because he's trying to regen. Realizes Joe isn't going to challenge him, so instantly decides to try and take the fight on Kips. Kills him. Knows that Joe is still towards the dojo side in the moment. Slide cancels to try and play with speed, to try and camera it a little bit. Irons him. Kills him. Insane. This was so good from him. This was so good. And he's saying soak, 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 soak. Right, there's another situation that I thought was really good, right? So right here, 23 seconds left. We're trying to play ahead for new. He's going to play to trade. He's got the guy weak, has the comm that the guy is weak. He's playing to trade. Doesn't matter the weapon you have. You hear a weak comm, you ape him down. Apes him down. Perfect. He slides instantly back towards the head glitch based on where he thinks the next set of players are going to be. We know Joe is middle because he's had the comm from Liam. We don't know where 2 is. So he's instantly going back towards cover to then try and give himself distance between where he thinks him and someone is going to be. He knows he has the timing because Joe was a bit far back. Liam called him pretty far back. So no, he knows he has the timing, uses his stun to then see if he's close or not. This is really good from him. I liked it. Doesn't stun anything, realizes, okay, maybe I haven't stunned anything. Maybe Joe's already on you. We don't know Joe's here. Maybe he's already on you, right? Because he hasn't stunned him. He's cleared it. He's just like predicting ahead, right? Really good. So he's trying to clear it just in case Joe's already here. Now he gets to a good position. Has new. Let the position do the work for you in this situation. Lets the position do the work for him. Letting the position do the work, gets him weak, runs it down. Right, he doesn't commit. He doesn't commit because he can't chase the kill because he doesn't have the pressure timing. He can't just run it down and chase him, especially when the guy is weak, right? So right here, he understands, okay, looks at his minimap, downloads information, where they're going to be, where my teammates going to be, timing, spawns, routes, stuff like that. Reads that they're going to be on this side, which is obvious at this point. 8 has just died, so he's looking at his minimap, hearing the comm. He knows where people are going to come from, the process of elimination, the anticipation, where are people going to be. He's ironing. He's getting the first bullet advantage in a good position with distance, right? Very good. This was good. Right, he ends up getting bad timing with the fact that he unpreaims, preaims in. This right here was good. This right here, I need you guys to understand, this is intuition. This is muscle memory right here. He realizes he can't kill this guy, plays to hide immediately. No bullets, needs to reload, instantly plays to hide and buy time. This is high level, pro level intuition that you guys don't have. If you guys don't play at like a good level in challenges or pro, you guys don't understand how good this actually is. Some of you platinum guys, diamond guys who might see this might be like, oh, that's not, who cares? No, it's the fact that you guys would continue to challenge, die. He's got the first bullet advantage. Cleanest of the first bullet advantage. He's in a bad position now. He needs to reload. He's playing to buy time instantly, fast. You guys wouldn't do that, I promise you. And then he chows once he reloads. And it's an instinctive, quick, twitchy decision. It's just amazing. Honestly, it's really good to see. Right, let's see what he does right here. 40 seconds left. Right, we need to break the hill. Neum with a good god nade. Ends up playing, again, a good position. Your position with the weapon you have makes the gunfight. Ernie is really good with an AR because he's like more traditional in that sense, where he values positions, but his pacing is fantastic. He understands when he needs to play selfish with his pacing, when he needs to just focus on his gun, versus when he needs to fly out, drag aim assist, get bullets into people, get people weak in order to start trading. His pacing is fantastic. If you want to learn how to be the best AR you can, this is the guy you watch. Same again, good job here. He's ironing, waiting for his teammates. Again, just getting free kills. And then he can get finessey with it when he needs to. Scrap is not wasteful with his movement. He may not be like the most flashiest of players with his movement, but every movement kind of like has a purpose when I watch him. He doesn't like do things just to do TikTok clips. It always does something. All right, so right here, playing the wave. He understands what timings he has. He's predicting. He's anticipating. We know where the pressure is coming from. You choose the next best position to get your first bullet advantage, to get your pre-aim advantage. You choose a good spot to get a kill, to get info. You're playing the wave. You're letting the game come to you. The longer you let the game come to you, the more you can bring your teammates into the play. So 50 seconds, first wave, we know they're going to hit the back, or we're guessing we're going to hit the back. But like I said, in the first rotation, we're not trying to pre-pop the anticipation. We need the information. Now we have numbers. It's a 3 versus 2. They can take fights together if needed once they get the information. So right here, he gets info. We know one person is, just takes a fight for what it is. Now, once he gets that wave, then he can decide how much he wants to push out. He's still looking for one. We don't know where Kips is, so that's why he's playing a bit more kind of like reserved. He's trying to clear his timings a bit more because Kips could do this if Insight's doing this. This is where tendencies become a big thing. When you understand sort of how pro teams play, they want to do the same things on the breaks. They want to make the same decisions. Once you understand, right, if I know someone's here, potentially someone's taking this route. Pro players have a purpose in most things that they do. Oh, you're here? Okay, I think your teammate's going to be here. Again, Scrap is really, really good at doing that. He's good at, okay, you're here, which tells me potentially some guy is here. Oh, you're looking this way. Okay, that means your teammate's looking this way. Oh, you're pushing this, means maybe 2 people are potentially, stuff like that. This is what we call player tendencies. You start to like understand individual player tendencies, how fast they play, what lanes they like to take, what game plans that they have, and you start to like position yourself in that sense. And he does a really good job trying to clear that timing. We still don't know where Kips is. Now we know where he is, and then he's going to play off that. Right, now we need to trade. He's going to come in and help his teammate trade. Look at him, iron. This, oh my god. This, by the way, you guys don't do this. And I don't want to hear you guys say you do this. I promise you, you diamond players, you platinum players, and you crimson players, you guys do not do this in as quick as he does whatsoever. So what he's doing is he's reducing the amount of angles he can get shot for. The amount of times I will see you guys in ranked continue to hold this position and still get shot from multiple places. This goes back to the point I was making on P3, where you guys in diamond, platinum, crim, you guys tweak with the amount of lanes you want to watch. Bro, trust your timings, trust your game sense, trust your stomach, commit to a lane until it becomes obvious that nobody is there from a timing perspective. None of this cracked TikTok stuff. That's why you guys suck in rank. I promise you, I've seen it for over the years. Even when I played, people aren't confident holding something until they get information otherwise. Look at him. He knows that there's a good chance they could come from 3 ways. Look how he makes this guy irrelevant by going backwards. I promise you, you guys ain't doing that. I promise you. Look, by going backwards, understanding, he's making this a 1v1, not a 1v2. This is instinct right here. This is hours and hours and pattern recognition and instinct. He just knows how to do this. If X happens, I'm going to do Y. This is an elite AR. You guys aren't doing it. I refuse to believe you guys are doing it. You aren't. I promise you, you're not. Stuff like this you will never do. And then now he's going to take that fight. He's getting that pre-aim advantage. We have numbers. Look at him aping out, using his movement to set up the fight. He can ape when needed. That's one of the best things about him as an AR player. That's why he's effective as an AR player. Iron. That's all this game is, especially on LAN. All right, 17 seconds. Let's see how they rotate towards P4. First guy gets the furthest route. We know one guy's here. We're trying to get specific info. Niam's in a good position. Good kill. He spawns out, which tells you the both sides. They're going to be on this side. All right. Now we have the chain. We have the chain in mind. Let's see what everyone needs to get. Is he going to stay out with 3 down? You bet your bloody ass he is. What he doesn't see is going to tell you where they could be. After a couple of seconds, he realizes nobody's pinching and he gets info. He'll start to activate, which means he's going to make a play. He's going to turn around and he's going to help based on where the pressure is. Good kills. Now he's going to help his teammates. We know they're towards the back. Craft the next best position. Reshifting towards mid. Get in another angle. This is just beautiful stuff. This is just AR Masterclass right here. AR Masterclass on Sake. That's all this is. 24 and 16. He's going to fight. Again, you know they're spawning towards the back, so choose the next best position based on where they're spawning, based on what routes they're taking. Make the position allow you to get the kills as easy as that. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You guys are annoying me. All right, I'm done. All right, let me see what the chat's saying.